I hardly know what to tell you about the next half hour, except that it has been reported as true by those to whom it happened. It has been investigated, and no one, as yet, has been able to explain it or disprove it. Lovely Tudor house in the English countryside will tomorrow be the scene of a wedding. The bride will come down those stairs, and she will join the bridegroom here by this fireplace. It should be a joyous occasion, and yet the bright June sunshine cannot quite burn away the shadow cast by a recent death. The death of one who tomorrow would have smiled warmly on the wedding couple in his role of best man. Due to the shock and pain of this sudden loss, the church has considerately permitted the ceremony to be held here, instead of the chapel 2 miles away. But if the church, or Scotland Yard, knew all that is to be known about the bridegroom, there would be no wedding. It all began with two old friends on a last bachelor holiday. A holiday in one of the most breathtakingly beautiful spots on earth, the spectacular Swiss Alps. What better place, what better way for a man to have his last taste of absolute soaring freedom? But part of the exhilaration of this thrilling sport is the undercurrent of danger, the ever-present threat of accident, the dizzy leap into space. This pure white world seems an unlikely place for murder. But watch these two men closely.
Oh, it's lucky I saw you go over. Here, have you got the rope?
Yes. One good snow and I might have been here till the Edelweiss blew.
Here, catch.
Right, got it.
Now, just hold on there a minute and I'll have you out of it.
Let's hope so. Oh, come on, man. Knot it. It's a good thing Nancy can't see you. For your own sake, I hope you show a little more efficiency as a bridegroom next week. Oh, come on now, Colin. Can't a man lying on death's ledge be allowed a little bit of humor? The trouble with you, Colin, is you're so confoundedly sensitive, always reading innuendos into things. You don't have to tell me what you're thinking. It's written all over your face. You're thinking, Nancy again. As if he knew what she liked better than I do. Isn't that right? Well, come on, man. What are you waiting for? Colin, for the love of God, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Colin, for the love of God, don't leave me here, I please! Colin!
Despite Peter Duncan's untimely death in the Swiss Alps, Colin's wedding date was not changed. And so, a few days later, a properly shaken bridegroom arrived at one of England's more stately mansions.
Afterwards, we became separated. Eventually, when I got back to the lodge, Peter wasn't there. Then, of course, I realized something pretty drastic must have happened. So I organized a search party. But then this snowstorm suddenly came down.
How awful. How simply awful.
Yes, well, I think you know the rest. By the morning, when we finally found him...
Was it true? Was he really frozen?
Gillian, darling.
I'm sorry to upset you, Nancy. I realize I shouldn't have explained it in quite so...
In such detail, perhaps not. I suppose you stayed for the funeral.
Oh, yes. I You know, the chapel in the village. It seemed the simplest way.
Were you the only one there?
The only one that... But I told you, Nancy, I wasn't there. I lost him.
No, darling. I mean, at the funeral.
Oh. No. His father and sister came from London. And then there were other friends from the lodge.
So sad to think of poor sweet Peter.
Miss Little, won't you come downstairs for a cup of tea? Come along, Gilead.
Was he frozen solid?
What?
Gilead!
Colin, I realize what a strain this all has been.
And so it would seem to have been to you.
Well, of course, I was very fond of Peter.
Indeed?
Well, you know that I was.
Oh, yes, I believe you were.
Do you like my dress?
Your dress? Yes, it's quite beautiful.
I'll just take it off. I'll only be a monk.
Nancy, you seem to be bearing up remarkably well.
I do?
Yes, no tears. Unless you shed them all.
But, darling, I didn't cry.
Oh? Why not, Nancy? Why not?
Colin, I'm afraid I don't understand what's on your mind.
Should there be something?
Well, I don't know whether there should be, but I certainly sense something.
Oh, please, Nancy, please be honest about it.
Honest about what?
About Peter. You know perfectly well you were more than just fond of him. In fact, if you felt you hadn't been obliged to be married to me, you'd
Colin!
have... Well, it's true, perfectly true. I'm not quite so unobservant as you and Peter may have thought.
How can you stand there and insinuate... Oh, that's ridiculous. Peter never meant anything to me, except that he was your friend. And if he hadn't been your friend, well, I don't think we would have exchanged a half-dozen words. Are you suggesting for 1 second that Peter and I...
I'm not suggesting anything.
Colin.
Well, you two always seem so...
So what?
Devoted.
Devoted? What do you mean?
Nothing, Nancy, nothing.
Do have some of these fresh strawberries the Bromley sent. It was very thoughtful of them, don't you think?
Oh, yes, it was.
Oh, my dear. My poor boy.
What's that, then?
Oh, well, what I mean to say is, here have I been prattling on like a fool, and all the time I planned something so differently. Colin. Oh, this has been such a nasty business for you. And such a shock.
Yes, of course it was. I can't deny that.
Well, it just doesn't seem fair.
Not fair?
Well, I mean, after the beastly time you had after the war. Goodness me, you certainly had your share of emotional stress. Oh, dear, I'm not putting it very well, am I? But you do understand.
Oh, yes, Elizabeth, I understand very well indeed. I do quite understand what you're trying to say. You're referring to my crash in the Spitfire in England's finest hour. And
Colin!
then I became a patient in a hospital for mental disorders, a prize patient.
Of course, after that long, trying time, and now this.
But I can hardly see any connection, Elizabeth.
Well, I'm simply saying, dear, that it doesn't seem fair for you to have so many emotional upsets.
Oh, I see.
I mean, Peter Duncan was your best friend.
Yes, of course he was.
Believe me, the first thing that Nancy said when we heard... let me see, your letter came...
Well, what was the first thing that Nancy said?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, she read it, And then there was a very long pause, and she said, "Oh, no. Oh, no, Mummy. Oh, no."
I see.
Well, then I took it and read it. And all I could see was Peter's lovely smile. And his dashing way. He was such a dear, dear, naughty boy. No, it's just too much to accept. Too much. As Nancy said.
What did Nancy say?
Well, Nancy said it was positively ironic.
Ironic?
What else could you call it? Big, strong man like Peter, who'd come through the war without a scratch, sound and whole, and both physically and... Oh, dear. Well, anyway, I suppose you must get very upset when you think about him alone at the last, with no one... Oh, my dear, I'm just turning the knife in your heart with every word. Oh, I am so sorry. Do forgive me.
Colin, love, listen to me. I've been so upset during dinner, and even after. Well, as a matter of fact, ever since this afternoon when you walked out like that.
Please, darling, may we forget about it.
But I don't really see how we can forget about it, darling. After all, we're getting married tomorrow. And yet there's this barrier between us. Colin, love, if I said anything to possibly...
No, you said nothing, darling.
But I must have. Colin, do you love me?
You know I do.
And you must know that I love you. Yet I feel that I am to blame for upsetting you because I know you so well. And I know how sensitive you are. And I know how much Peter meant to you.
Please, darling, maybe just not talk about Peter anymore.
Of course not, of course not. But I do want you to know, darling, that we are not mere childhood sweethearts anymore. Well, all last year, ever since the war, I've watched you come back. And I've watched you come back to me after... Well, sometimes, Colin, I was even afraid that you would never get back to yourself even. So, darling, please don't withdraw. Don't withdraw again. And don't let's have any secrets.
What secret do you mean?
Well, it occurred to me that since that outburst today, that you were probably trying to tell me, well, since the ordeal you've been through, that you would rather postpone the wedding.
Postpone it? You mean call it off?
Please believe me, darling, it doesn't have to be tomorrow. I mean, we could wait a bit longer. A week or a month even.
I see. So that's what you really want?
Well, no. Colin, that is not what I want. I want you. That's all I want. And I want you to be happy.
Then, darling, please marry me now. If I felt I'd ever lose you, I'd rather be dead myself. What is it, my dear? What is it?
I don't know, really. I suddenly felt a chill. A peculiar chill.
It's nothing, darling. It's just the night air.
Oh, Colin, I do love you, darling.
Ah, thank you, Wilson. Everything all set now?
I think so, sir.
Good.
Excuse me, sir.
What's the matter, Wilson?
It's just that these are so icy cold, sir.
The brushes, huh?
What
are you talking about?
See for yourself, sir. It's just as if they'd been left out in the snow all night, sir.
Oh, nonsense, Wilson. You've been left out in the snow all night, I think.
When are they coming, Aunt Elizabeth? Oh, well, Aunt Hazel and Uncle Freddie here. Aunt Liz?
Oh, Gillian, do contain yourself. The whole family will be here soon. Soon enough, indeed. come and help me with these flowers.
Oh, how beautiful. Oh, how heavenly. Colin, oh, Colin, look. It's a bridal bouquet. Just arrived.
Oh, Jill, they're quite lovely.
Gillian, come and hold this for me, please.
Yes, Aunt Elizabeth.
Colin, let me see how handsome you are.
Yes, dear.
Oh, marvelous. You should get married every day.
Aunt Elizabeth,
Yes?
look what's happened to the flowers.
What? What?
They're frozen stiff.
Oh, that fool florist. He must have left them in the refrigerator all night. I swear, they're like ice.
But Aunt Elizabeth, they weren't. Just a moment ago when Colin and I...
Well, don't worry about it, Elizabeth. They'll thaw out in a minute or two.
Colin, the flowers will be all right. Don't let it upset you.
I'm not upset.
Oh, yes, you are. It's only natural. All bridegrooms are nervous. Oh, but Cookie will make it all right. Cook is simply marvelous with catastrophes.
They're frozen stiff. I'm really glad it's just a small wedding, aren't you? There'll be all the more cake. Why, that's wizard. I didn't think anyone could do that, except in the winter. When it's cold. Colin, please show me how.
Please, Gillian, would you leave me alone for a little while?
I'm sorry.
I beg your pardon, sir, but if you'll permit me...
Oh, yes. Please.
I understand it won't be long before the guests begin to arrive.
Why don't you tell me how you do it?
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the face of this congregation to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony. Wilt thou have this woman to thy wedded wife to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Wilt thou love her, comfort her, and keep her in sickness and in health?
I will.
And forsaking all other, keep thee only unto her, so long as ye both shall live.
I will.
Wilt thou have this man to thy wedded husband to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Wilt thou obey him and serve him, love, honor, and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all other, keep thee only unto him, so long as ye both shall live?
I will.
Who'll give this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
I, Colin, take thee, Nancy, to my wedded wife,
I, Colin, take thee, Nancy, to my wedded wife.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
Till death do us part.
Death do us part.
According to God's holy ordinance.
According to God's holy ordinance.
And therefore I plight thee my troth.
And therefore I plight thee my troth.
I, Nancy, take thee, Colin, to my wedded husband.
I, Nancy, take thee, Colin, for my wedded husband.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love, cherish, and to obey.
To love, cherish, and obey.
Till death us do part, according to God's holy ordinance.
To death us do part, according to God's holy ordinance.
And therefore I give thee my troth.
And therefore I give thee my troth.
With this ring, I thee wed. With my body, I thee worship.
With this ring I thee wed. With my body I thee worship.
And with all my worldly goods I thee endow.
And with all my worldly goods I thee endow.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father.
And of the Son.
And of the Son.
And of the Holy Ghost.
And of the Holy Ghost.
Amen.
Amen.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Ready, Nancy. What is it, darling? What's wrong?
Nothing.
Yes, there is.
No.
Yes, honey, please tell me what is it? What's the matter?
Let me go! Let me go! I'm freezing! Please let me go! I can't
stand it! Nancy! Nancy!
Soon, the guests will become impatient to see the newlyweds, to wish them well on their honeymoon. But there will be no honeymoon. Instead, there will be long years spent in the Veterans Hospital, in the psychiatric ward, during which Colin Chandler will mumble his confession of murder over and over again. The psychic phenomenon which brought this about, well, it's called a poltergeist, which ordinarily means a mischievous ghost. But in this case, it was a ghost that brought terror, cold terror.
in there, Doctor. She's always in there, with her cursed mirrors.
Go away! Oh, go away! Leave me alone, can't you? Leave me alone with my mirrors.
A beautiful young face in the mirror, a pitiful old face at the door. Could they have been one and the same? Some people say that mirrors never lie. Others say that they do, that they lie, they cheat, they kill. Some say that every time you look in one, you see death at work. But most of us see only what we want to see. And perhaps it's better not to see too deeply into the darkness behind our mirrors. For there live things beyond our imagination, as sure as my name is Boris Karloff. But if you're skeptical, stay with me and watch The Hungry Glass with those others who doubt. William Shatner, Joanna Hayes, Russell Johnson, and Elizabeth Allen. Oh, you'll be perfectly safe. That is, if you turn your own mirrors to the wall and make sure that your television screen casts no reflection.
Storm warnings are still hoisted along most of the New England coast, though the Weather Bureau now reports that the gale has spent itself and is sweeping harmlessly out to sea. Damage cannot yet be estimated, but power failures have plunged many areas into total darkness. The northern tip of Cape Caution is among those affected. We return you now to recorded music.
Hello there. My name is Thrasher. This is my wife. Has Mr. Talmadge been in yet?
Thrasher? B, the young couple, took on the old Bellman place.
Yes, that's right. Mr. Talmadge said he'd meet us here with the keys.
Then I see no reason to doubt but what he will. What you calculate to do with the old place, anyhow?
Well, I live in it.
Hey,
Yeah. You can look forward to a heap of visitors out that way.
Thank you. That's neighborly.
Tain't neighborly. That tarnation property comes fully equipped with visitors. Appears Mr. Talmadge never told you about that, eh?
Well, he did say something about some local superstition.
Superstition. That'd be the word.
Hush up, Obed.
No, please. What are you saying?
You bought the house, lock, stock, and barrel, furnishing too?
The whole shebang.
And it never struck you curious to find nary a looking glass in the hull of it?
Not especially, should it have?
You better ask him, Mr. Talmadge, ma'am. He's from out of state, same as you be. Likely he'll find some good reason for it. Like, superstition.
Oh, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, folks. You been here long?
Not too long. How have you been, Adam?
In the pink. Except where I'm turning blue with this New England autumn. You know, I went by your house and I got struck with a sudden horrible thought. I went inside to check. Sure enough, empty sockets, not a light bulb in sight. Mr. Cabot, how about a couple dozen light bulbs? Say 12 100 watters and the rest 150s.
Just so you don't expect them to work without electricity.
Well, I had the electricity turned on a week ago.
Storm had it turned off again. Still want bulbs?
Well, yes, of course. Say, I'm awfully sorry. I didn't know. The light's going on again in town, and I thought that...
We expect a few inconveniences at first.
You have to have a few, and a few you don't expect. Eh, Mr. Talmadge?
Here be your bulbs. 746.
My wife's waiting in the station wagon. She insisted on coming along. She wants to meet you and give you some sort of welcome.
How nice of her.
Well, it's the only one you'll get around here.
I'm Liz Talmadge, and I think you're both terribly brave.
Why, moving to the Cape in autumn or buying the old Bellman place?
So, the local gossips have already been at work.
Old bird inside had us thinking the place was built by vampires.
Vampires? That's a new one.
That's just why the place had no mirrors. Now everybody knows vampires don't cast reflections, so...
So, what else? The only explanation.
Adam! The truth now. The people who built our place, where were they from?
The Bellmans? Pennsylvania, I think.
Sure it wasn't Transylvania?
The mirrors. Now that's what the old coots were bending your ears about.
Now look, I'll admit that you warned us that the roof leaks and cellar floods and the shutters go bang. But what's this about no mirrors?
Didn't I tell you why you got the place so cheap?
You said the local characters think it's unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky because of the broken mirrors. Gil, you have no idea how these people can build up a story. Seems there were some nasty accidents up there years ago. A couple of people killed by shattered glass. So now the yarn's been worked around to where they were actually murdered by the mirrors, with malice aforethought.
Seems logical.
Oh, sure. Some mornings when I'm shaving, the guy in the glass looks pretty deadly, especially with a razor in his hand.
Well, I hadn't thought about it, but I better get you some sort of mirror, at least till you get settled.
Never mind, there's one in my traveling case.
Marcia couldn't live without her mirrors.
What woman could?
Go ahead, open up. I'll bring in the bag. And watch your step. The movers put everything just inside the door.
This is the only one of Adam's properties I've never seen from the inside. The outside was sufficient.
Here, Liz. Shine out this way.
Well. Early mausoleum.
But Liz, what a challenge.
Granted, if you choose a house to pick a fight with.
Marcia's a decorator. I'm a photographer. We'll do a before and after layout that'll cover the down payment.
You'll see. It'll be a showplace.
Like Madame Tussauds.
Well, Liz, now do you believe I can sell anything?
Darling, I'll never doubt you.
Actually, he tried to sell us any house, but this one, I think he was trying to keep it for himself.
Right, I needed a place to keep my old razor blades. Right this way, I built a fire in the living room.
Oh, I love a fire.
And if you're lucky, it might spread.
Of course, we use the term living room rather loosely.
Your husband doesn't believe in the hard sell.
Who needs it? Behold. Now I ask you.
Wow! Wide screen!
Is that too much? Our own private ocean.
And by a startling coincidence, here's a bottle that came all the way across it.
Hey, champagne and chilled, too.
Yeah, I put it on ice when I built the fire. Now, how many real estate agents would supply these sensitive little touches?
Only those with a guilty conscience, dear.
Actually, Liz, we practically had to force him to take our money. Here's what really sold us.
Now, you never have heard my pitch, have you? Well, better late than never. I propose a toast to your new home at Cape Caution, folks. That year-round playground where there's never a dull moment, something stirring every second. For example, in the wintertime, you can sit on the east side of your house and follow the sun around to the west. And in the summertime, you can sit on the west side of your house and follow the shade around to the east. Devil?
Liz, what is it? Behind you in the window!
There's nothing there.
But there was! Somebody's standing there reaching for you!
Impossible. It's a sheer drop down there, over 100 feet down to the reef.
But I saw him!
Fine. You saw him. In the meantime, I'm bleeding to death.
Oh, Adam, what happened?
When you let out that howl, I dropped the blasted bottle and cut my hand.
Let's take a look at it. Can you flex your fingers?
Oh, it's nothing serious.
Yeah, but you might have some broken glass in it.
Broken glass?
Sure. Now, just a minute, Marcia.
Oh, forget it. I just cut my hand. That's all there is to it.
Liz, just what was it you thought you saw?
Well, I don't know now. It was a face. A man's face. With a beard.
In a jolly red suit with a pack on his back?
I didn't imagine it.
Probably saw my reflection. Or items.
No, it was moving and blurring.
Firelight would have done that. Flickering.
Maybe, but... I don't know.
Well, there goes our celebration. Anyway, your carpet's been christened.
I'm so terribly sorry.
Never cry over spilt champagne. It's good for the rug.
You better have a doctor look at that.
But if it was the firelight...
Oh, Liz, drop it.
But he had a hook for a hand.
Fine. Next time we'll get him to open the champagne.
I feel like such a fool.
No. My little Liz is nobody's fool, except maybe mine. Well, it's one thing for me to knock you, but don't let me hear you doing it or you'll have a fight on your hands.
But I spoiled our party. Oh, and your precious hand. And all that champagne.
I'll grow a new hand and we can get more champagne. In fact, we will. Tomorrow night. Beware of geeks bearing bubbles.
Now that's a promise. Make it 8 sharp and I'll spoil some steaks.
Oh, I think it's only fair to tell you that when my wife is having a real good time, she's apt to scream a little.
Fine. I'll hike down the hill 2 miles and warn the neighbors.
Come on, woman, let's quit while we're ahead.
Marcia, let me bring something. I fixed a marvelous potato salad without potatoes.
Fine. And I set a beautiful table without a table.
That's what floors are for.
What else? Welcome home, dear. I really mean it.
Thanks, Liz.
Find the left hand, Gil. With lots of luck.
Thanks. I'll be sure and have that looked at.
Well, I'm gonna get fitted for a hook.
Well, honey, we finally got ourselves a house.
Oh, Gil, it's gonna be all right, isn't it? I mean, it's gonna be a good place to live. Gil?
Sure, honey, sure. It's gonna be fine. Started you?
Oh, Gil. I saw your reflection, and I thought...
What did you think, Marcia?
What have you done to yourself?
Oh, cut myself shaving. Guess we both got the shakes.
But that's a terrible gag.
It wasn't your fault, honey.
My fault?
Well, next time, will you whistle or blow a horn or something? I mean, don't just pop your head in while I'm all tensed up over that 2-bit pocket mirror. I could have cut my throat.
Oh, you saw me in the glass.
So now we're even. One good turn deserves another.
Gil.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been out of this room since you left it.
Well, I thought I saw you or something. I mean, just for a second, it seemed to be moving behind me. Must be that cheap glass, some sort of reflector.
Gil, do you believe what you're saying?
Of course I do. A little light we get on that side of the house bounces in off the ocean, reflects all over the place.
Like the firelight last night.
Look, let's level with each other. We they've both been having some pretty peculiar sensations, right? All right. And they've all had to do with mirrors, glass. Now, there's nothing more powerful than the power of suggestion. If you let it take hold of you. When I had the fever in Korea, I saw things you wouldn't believe. They said I was delirious, but I knew better. What I saw was real. The doctors were delirious.
But you're not delirious now, and neither am I.
No, but the point is, we're both very susceptible to suggestion. And all this garbage about no mirrors. I mean, just because some oddball couldn't stand the sight of himself and had him all jerked out, even the medicine cabinet.
But why? Why would anybody do that?
I still stick to my original theory. It was Dracula.
Now, Gil, be serious. Liz Talmadge saw something, too.
How do we know that? Really, what do we know about Liz? I mean, she's bright, attractive, built. But she could also be a kook. Who knows? Maybe she's jealous. Maybe she wants the place for herself.
Well, it's true Adam didn't want to sell it to
Oh, I'm not saying that, honey. I'm not saying anything. Except,
What?
let's not jump to conclusions. There's never been a question that didn't have an answer. I mean, a plain, common sense answer.
Yet it's as if somebody doesn't want us here. I never felt so unwelcome.
Well, if anybody's staging these things to get us out. Well, that's ridiculous. Who'd want the place?
We did.
Hey, don't use the past tense. We still do. And whether we do or not, we're stuck with it. It's simple economics. We got the place cheap because nobody else would have it. We couldn't sell it. We couldn't give it away. There you go. Electricity's on. There's a good omen.
Gil, I never had the slightest intention of giving up this place. Why, what could we tell our friends or even ourselves that there were boogeymen in the looking glass?
Okay, that's settling. Let's make a pact. We don't holler till we're hurt. Deal?
Deal. Now, we've got 10 million things to do before Liz and Adam get here, so let's not be tripping all over each other. You start setting up your dark room in the cellar, and I'll look around for places to put things.
I think I'll take a few horrible shots of the interior first before you turn it into a Joan Crawford set.
That's me, nightmares into daydreams and pants pressed while you wait. Marcia, you're not afraid of mirrors, are you? Why should you be? You have nothing to fear. Not yet, anyway. Not for a few more years.
Marcia, where are you?
I'm up here, darling, in the attic. I found the mirrors.
What?
I found the mirrors. I found the mirrors. Big mirrors, little mirrors, fat mirrors, thin mirrors. It's like the fun house.
Hey, look at all the junk. Somebody sure pulled out in a hurry.
But it's not all junk. You'll see. We'll find enough authentic antiques up here to pay for the place. Why, I've already found a screen that'll buy us a car.
Hey, I'll bet old Adam didn't know about this. Maybe we did latch onto a bargain after all, huh?
You want to see the monkeys more fun than a barrel of? Have a look inside. Go ahead. They don't bite.
Ooh.
Ever see so many funny faces?
I don't like to look at one mirror, let alone 50. Those three-way things in the clothing store are bad enough.
That's because you're not a woman. You know, darling, I didn't realize what I'd been missing around this house until I stumbled into that room. Why, mirrors bring a house to life.
Well, you ought to know. You spend half your life looking into one.
All right. I'm vain, foolish, and female, and I like mirrors.
And they like you, baby.
First thing I'm going to do is dust them all off again and put them up again all over the house.
Let's not lose our heads. You know the old saying, people who live in glass houses shouldn't.
And my old granddad used to say that if I didn't stop staring at myself in the mirror, I'd go blind. You know what I said to him?
What?
I said I'd quit when I needed glasses.
Say, speaking of little girls, did you take a picture of one with my camera?
Me? Of course not. You know I can't tell a shutter from a tripod. Why?
Oh, I got a double exposure on one of my negatives. I can't figure it out. It's supposed to be brand new film.
Well, you'll just have to hike right back to New York and get yourself a refund.
Yeah, I'll do that right after dinner.
Dinner? What time is it?
It's getting on towards 6.
Listen, Adam, they'll be here any minute.
It'll be 2 hours yet.
But I've got to start the charcoal for the steak, set the floor, bathe, dress, makeup. Oh, Gil, be a doll. Help me move that big stand-up mirror down to the bedroom. I just can't get dressed in that traveling case.
You sure you want to take that chance?
Chance?
I mean, somebody did think you had a reason for putting them all out of sight up there.
And I once knew a lady who had 3 French telephones pulled out of her apartment because they kept her awake singing the Marseillaise.
All right. We'll stick by the deal. We don't holler till we're hurt. I'll start rustling that thing through the door. You get some blankets and rope to wrap it up in.
Right.
Marcia, God knows.
Now tell me, Gil, what was it? What happened?
I told you. The attic. Stuffy little room. Got the sweating, got the shakes. It was the old trouble.
But you've been over that for years. Gil, you saw something, didn't you?
No. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember now if I saw it before I passed out or afterwards.
But you did see something.
In my mind, yes. Ever since we got to this place last night, my imagination's been working overtime, playing tricks. Listen, believe me, this is nothing to what I went through before. When I was really sick.
Gil, you've got to see a doctor.
What for? The army doctors told me I'd have to expect recurrences now and then. You never get the stuff completely out of your system. When I was burning up with the fever, all my friends used to come calling on me. All my buddies from Korea. All the dead ones. I could see them plain.
And was it one of them you thought you saw upstairs?
No. But it wasn't any more real than they were. An old woman. With a fan. You see? I've just been doing too much. I'm all keyed up, overstimulated. I've just got to take it easier, that's all.
I'll call Liz and Adam and tell them not to come.
You do no such thing. They're no strain. They'll help me unwind. They'll be good for me. For you, too.
Gil, are you sure? Are you sure you're up to it?
I'll tell you the truth, Marcia. I wish we had a whole house full of people coming tonight.
Here's champagne to our real friends and real pain to our sham friends.
Well, I don't know if it's the sentiment, the food, or the champagne, but it's very satisfying. I feel so neighborly. And in this house, too. You know, Marcia, I'm beginning to think you can work miracles.
There's really nothing to it. All it takes is a little concentration, plus a bell, a book, and a candle.
Oh, don't forget the pinch of hogweed, ground up with the right ear of a bat killed by the dark of the moon.
Adam, stay off the spooky talk, even in fun.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. Aren't you in good voice tonight? Liz had an offer from the Met today. They heard that high note of hers in New York.
Oh, Adam, aren't you awful?
Huh? He won't let me forget it.
Why should I? I'm proud. I've got the only stereophonic wife in Cape Caution.
Come on, Liz. You don't have to listen to that. Let me show you what I'm going to do with the rest of the house.
Well, if we don't come back, it's been fun.
I'll go with you.
No, stay put. You boys can talk about girls.
If you want anything, dear, just scream.
Barrel of chuckles, that boy.
Kind of quiet tonight, Gil. You in a reflective mood?
Reflective? That's a funny word to use.
Is it? Never got a laugh with it.
I mean, this house has a reputation for reflections, hasn't it?
Oh, you've been listening to the local prophets of doom again.
No, Adam. I've been waiting for you to tell me the story.
Story?
You know what I mean. What is it about this place? What do they say? You've skipped around the subject long enough.
Gil, listen. I've been giving a lot of thought to this deal of ours. I haven't felt quite right about it from the start. So if you want to back out, I'll refund your down payment. Fair?
Why? Why would you do that?
Well, it's more important to me to make a friend than to make a deal.
Pardon me if I don't think that's the reason.
Well, what other reason would I have?
You're the businessman. Suppose you tell me.
If I were a businessman, I'd have never taken on this place. No local agent would touch it. Just another reason for the townspeople to resent me.
And that's why you want it back.
I don't want it back. I'm giving you a chance to get out.
Thanks, but we're staying.
Well, that's your privilege. Oh, what's wrong, Gil? Really?
Why do you keep evading the issue? I've asked for the truth about this place. I'll find it out anyway, so why try to hide it?
It's not a question of hiding anything. I didn't see the point of repeating a lot of careless talk. I did tell you the place had a reputation for being unlucky. You laughed. I expected you to laugh. But just the same. That's why the place hasn't been occupied for the last 20 years. That's why it's been standing here just like this without a single living soul inside it.
Living soul? Oh, you're clever with words, Adam.
All right, you want the story? Then keep quiet. Let me tell it. Your wife says she can turn this house into a showplace. Well, it was a showplace in the 1860s when it was built. A man named Jonah Bellman built it. He said he'd make it a jewel box. Pull the sunlights, silver off the sea. He built it for the most beautiful bride in New England, the most admired, the most desired woman he'd ever known. Laura Bellman. He was madly in love with her. She was madly in love with herself. It was more than vanity, it was a tragic sickness. But she was so beautiful that he was blinded to that. He couldn't blame her for loving him less. And she never did belong to him, only to her own reflection in the glass. They say he died of a broken heart. Then she was alone. Alone with the house, the servants, and the mirrors. And the years passed, the house grew old, the servants grew old. But Laura never grew old. Not in her mirrors. She never saw herself as anything but young and beautiful. When the last servant died of old age, Laura's nephew brought a doctor to take charge of her. She was very old, very ugly, painted and powdered like a bad job of embalming. The doctor said she belonged in a madhouse, but they kept her here. They locked her in her room away from her mirrors. But she wasn't beaten, not yet. She found she could still see herself in the window glass, as beautiful as ever. One night, she danced happily toward that glass. She danced right through it. That was how she died. But the story goes that she lives on in her mirrors because there's been more of her living there than there'd been in her own body. They say that she still guards her privacy. They blame her for the other accidents.
What other accidents?
Well, there have been several. Right after she died, the nephew took over the house. He was taking down one of the mirrors. It fell on him. Killed him. But of course, he was a seafaring man. He was clumsy around the house, and he lost one hand to a shark.
Now tell me he had a hook in place of it.
It's a fact, Gil. Now, look. I'm not saying my wife saw him. Certainly, she's heard the story, too. Well, she saw something and imagined the rest.
And I suppose I imagined the old lady in the mirrors?
What mirrors?
Mirrors in the attic. Oh, yes, I forgot you don't know about that.
So, that's where they are. No, I didn't.
I'm getting so I don't know who my friends are or my enemies. I've been driven half crazy with suspicion. Just plain fear. Maybe you didn't know about the attic, but somebody did. Somebody rigged a pretty good trick up there. You know the kind of illusion they do with mirrors?
But that doesn't make sense, Gil.
What does? That I saw something supernatural? That I imagined it?
I don't know. I really don't. But try to believe this. I'm on your side. If there's any human agency behind this, let me help you uncover it.
You haven't said anything about the little girl.
Little girl?
I suppose she's been dead for 50 years, too. A pretty little girl. Blonde, about 5 or 6.
Mary Lou Dempster. But that's not ancient history. Why, I was living here on the Cape when she disappeared. It wasn't 2 years ago. She was playing here, near the house. She'd been warned against it, but, well, I say she just stumbled and fell from the cliff. The local people blame it on the house. They say the sun shining on the windows must have blinded her. Anyway, I never found a trace of her.
No. Well, I took a picture of her this afternoon.
It's her, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
You're awful positive. The police would never accept anything as blurred and washed out as that for any kind of identification.
What are you saying? That I'm lying? That I don't recognize her?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Adam, tell me I'm not losing my mind. That I'm not back in Korea somewhere having myself a nightmare. Or better still, tell me that I am.
Well, you didn't imagine this, Gil. But it has to be some sort of hoax, hasn't it? I mean, a camera couldn't photograph a...
Go ahead, say it. A ghost. That's what we're talking about, isn't it? Why do we keep dodging the word?
All right, then answer the question.
The answer is yes. You've heard of spirit photography? It was all the rage a few years back?
Easy, Gil. You're working yourself into a nervous breakdown.
I'm sorry. I'll be all right. I'll pull myself together.
Well, we can't allow ourselves to accept that kind of evidence. I mean, it has to be a trick. Like you said, a double exposure. And all the rest of it. Sure. There are ways of getting those effects. Projected images on the window, slides, something like that.
Sure.
I don't know how they do it, but they do it.
Sure, they sit up in the attic for 20 years. In a stuffy little room with a slide projector. And they wait. They wait for somebody to pry the catch off the door.
Gil, please, get out of this house. Don't stay another night. What's the point? What do you have to prove?
You're right. There's nothing else I can do now. They say if you can't lick 'em, join 'em. But I don't think I want to do that either. Do me a favor, will you, Adam? Don't tell Marcia about the picture. I've already destroyed the negative.
I understand.
Poor Marcia. She had her heart set on this place. On doing it over. And those mirrors. She fell in love with them at first sight. Almost like... What can I tell her? I can't tell her the truth.
What is the truth, Gil? The truth is, we don't know. But nothing is worth this.
Hello down there. How exclusive can you get?
Oh, hello, Liz.
We're fresh out of cigarettes. Marcia sent me down to bum a couple.
Down from where?
Oh, we've been up in the attic having a party of our own. Nobody there but us chickens.
You left her alone up there?
Why, sure. But that's one place you can be alone and still have a crowd. I've never seen so many mirrors. What's the matter with him?
Stay there, Liz. For God's sake, stay there.
Let me go, you fool! Let me go! They've got Marcia! Can't you see them? I'm gonna go after them! Gil, stop it! Stop it! You don't know what you're doing! Look, they've got her! I'm gonna go after her!
Gil, she's here. Marcia's here. Look. Look down. Look at the floor. Look at the floor.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What have I done? I've killed him. How? How did it happen? Oh, Marcia. Marcia, baby, I was trying to break through, trying to reach you. Through the glass.
You see how it was. There was this madwoman, and she saw herself in the glass. It was vanity. All vanity, nothing but vanity. And you see, she danced herself into the glass and died there. But somehow she stayed on and pulled others in there with her into the glass. And that's how it happened. That's how I happened to kill my wife.
Don't talk about it, Gil. You didn't know what you were doing. You thought she was in danger. You tried to help her. Thought you saw her in the glass.
But I did see her, Adam. She was there. She's there now. In the window.
No, Gil. None of that ever happened. Not really.
She is there, Adam. She needs me.
Easy, Gil. You must rest. You need a long rest.
Don't worry, Marcia. I'm coming. No! Don't go without me!
Marcia! Wait! Marcia! Wait!
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. Promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go!
Presented by Chrysler, the name that makes news in watch fans.
Have you wondered about those flying saucers? Then watch as Chrysler brings you The Search for the Flying Saucer, starring Jack Cotter.
You're smart, ain't you? Good move. Got myself cornered.
Yeah. Say, who do I see about a room?
We ain't particular about strangers. What's your business?
That might be my business.
Suit yourself.
Say, I don't want to make a pest of myself, but who do I see about a room?
Might you be a newspaper man?
I might.
Come to find out about the flying saucers?
Look, right now I'd like to find out about a room. Look, Mr.
Crazy John. Just call me Crazy John. It's all right. Can't hurt my feelings. Nobody can no more. They done all they can to me.
They?
Now you're asking questions. I'm going to have to check up on you. Well, don't you think I won't either.
Hey, wait a minute. What about the room? Who do I...
Oh, I'm sorry. I was taking a sunbath.
Well, don't apologize.
I'm not apologizing.
Say, I just got in town. I can't seem to find a place, and I can't get any dope out of the old character. Could you tell me where I could find a room?
You've come to the right place. Matter of fact, the only place in town. I'm Jenny Walker.
Vic Russo. Hi.
Won't you sign our guest register,
Sure.
Mr. Russo? How long do you plan to be with us?
Oh, I really don't know.
$25 a week, including meals. Incidentally, I'm a terrible cook.
Say, don't tell me you're Mother Walker.
No, I'm a daughter.
Oh.
We bought this place about 2 years ago, and then Mother couldn't stand it, so back she went to Chicago. What brings you to our fair city?
Oh, visitors that unusual?
Well, it is a little bit out of the way. Are you a newspaper man?
Good guess.
I don't know. About the only transients here in town are the reporters come to unearth the deep, dark mystery of our flying saucers.
You know, if you'd seen one, it might not strike you so funny.
Are you kidding? Oh, look, if you're here on assignment to look into all this,
Look, I'm sorry. It's my fault. Look, could you show me to my room? I'm a little touchy.
Yes, surely. Nice?
Yeah, looks fine.
Come on, I'll help you unpack.
Oh, that's okay. Thanks a lot. I'm a little tired. I had kind of a rough trip. I think I'll take a nap now.
if you don't mind.
Oh, surely. If you want anything, I mean, the bathroom's upstairs in the garage.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. That's swell.
Says he's a reporter, eh? So I'll have to check on him. If he is a reporter, they send him to the right place to find a flying saucer. Won't do no good, though. He opens his mouth about a flying saucer, whole town shuts up tighter than a clam. Right, Ginny?
How long you say you've been in town? I've been in town a couple hours. What paper you from? I'm with the Daily Globe in New York. Say, we're interested in reports of flying saucers spotted around this area.
Sorry, never saw any.
Well, do you know anybody who has?
Nobody. Sorry.
Sorry. I've heard that 20 times in a few hours I've been here. Sorry, we can tell you anything else, but don't talk about flying saucers. Why? Say, why is everyone so scared to talk about something they claim they've never seen?
Thought I'd help you unpack.
How'd you get in here?
The hairpin. Seen him do it once in the pictures. Worked fine.
Now, listen, old man.
Now, take it easy. I'm kind of fragile.
What were you looking for?
Nothing particular. Just checking.
There's a law against this kind of thing, or doesn't that interest you?
Not particular. You've been hipped on these flying saucers for quite a while, ain't you, Lieutenant?
You did a thorough job, didn't you?
Army grounded you for seeing too many flying saucers, didn't they? Army don't like their pilots seeing too many mirages like flying saucers. Next thing you know, you might bump into one of them saucers that ain't there and smash up a shiny new airplane.
Keep talking.
About through. Don't get mad, son. Had to check on you. Had to find out if you was on my side. Never can tell if you're one of them or one of us.
One of whom?
Them. Them what comes in on the saucers.
Then there are saucers here.
They've been spotted here, man. They land them here. That's what they do. Over in the hill over there, they land them and then they pull them into a cave. Ah, man, I seen plenty.
And the rest of the town?
Can't tell. Some of them clam up because they're the ones that come in on the saucers. Well, the rest are just scared. They seen him, but they're scared. Scared out of their britches.
Why? Why are they scared?
Oh, they got reasons. Real good reasons. Don't scare me. No more they don't scare me. Got something to show you. He'll knock the eyes plumb out of your head. You wait right here. Now, don't you move. Don't you move.
All right.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Didn't see you come in. How'd you make out?
Oh, big fat zero. Mention the saucers and this whole town runs a zipper right through their lips.
I'm sick of it, Vic. The publicity, it makes us all out to be fools.
Oh, that's too pat. They're not tired or resentful. They're just frightened. They're frightened of something they claim they've never seen.
Claim? They haven't seen any flying saucers.
Oh, but they have. I know they have.
Vic, why are you so excited about this?
I'm a newspaper man. Just a good story, that's all.
Seems to me this is more than just a good story to you. Prove that flying saucers exist. Why?
Because I know they exist.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Ginny. Look, just trust me. Will you believe in me? You're right. It is more than just a story.
Has to be. You're not a newspaper man.
Hey, don't tell me you've been through my suitcase, too.
Well, you haven't got a typewriter. I took a stab at that and a little I know about you. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't get sore. I shouldn't have made that crack, Ginny.
Maybe I was sticking my nose where it doesn't belong.
Hey, it's kind of a nice nose for a nose.
Hey! You said you was going to stay right there, not move, and you did. You moved. Can't trust nobody about nothing no more. Look what I brung you. Surprised you, don't it? It's a piece of one of their saucers. The Indian gave it to me. One of them blew up right near his place. Wasn't nothing left but smoke. And this.
There's nothing but just a piece of steel.
Steel? Man, that's what you're looking for.
Is this your proof?
This? You want to know? What I've seen with my own eyes.
You're talking gibberish.
See, she's scared. She's scared, too. They're all scared they're going to end up like the Indian did.
He's mad, Dick. You can't take his word against the Toms.
His word and mine. Two of us who swear we've seen flying saucers.
What about the rest of the world?
They'd believe it, too, if they knowed about the Indian and the reporter from Frisco. Made it look like an accident.
Dick, he's mad. Everybody knows
Wait a minute. Let's hear him out.
No. Not until you heard me out. Dick, you came here to talk to responsible people about the flying saucers. All right, I buy that. It's a worthy aim. But know something. Every flying saucer story that's come out of Las Palmas has come from one source. One source only.
Hey, is that right?
Right? Sure it's right. I had to. Everybody else was scared. Guess I'm just about the town's only reporter.
Only reporter?
Wait a minute, I didn't tell you about the Indian and the reporter from Frisco.
You leave him alone.
Why? Getting sweet on him? Afraid he's going to get hurt?
You leave him alone or get out of my house. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
I knew you were going to find out about the flying saucer story sooner or later. I didn't want you up on a cloud when it happened.
Don't believe me either, do you? Think I'm crazy, huh? Crazy Vic and Crazy John, the flying saucer boys.
Please, Vic, stop it.
Now, wait a minute, Jenny. Listen to me. All right, maybe I was taken in by a crazy old man who showed me a hunk of steel, okay. But, Jenny, I know what I saw, and I saw a flying saucer. Not just something way over yonder behind a hill. Not just a streak of light in a dark sky. Not just a creation of a sick mind that was molded into the shape of a saucer. I saw it, Jenny. It was close enough to reach out and touch. There it was at my wingtip, then back at my tail, up and down all around the plane. Jenny, this thing was trying to fight me. It was trying to destroy me. I can't be wrong about that. Nobody can tell me I'm wrong.
All right, Vic. If you say it, I believe it. I believe you, darling. I believe you, darling.
And now, before we go on with our drama, let's take a look at another kind of drama from the world of yesterday, the days of dueling and the famous Count of Monte Cristo. Yes, men lived daringly, dramatically in Monte Cristo's time. So now Chrysler takes designs from Monte Cristo's times to bring you dramatic new ideas and watch bands. Here in Chrysler's unique pistol box, you see one of the fabulous Monte Cristo watch bands for men. This rich-looking jeweled crest is just one of the new styles in Chrysler's Monte Cristo bands. Yes, it brings a costly jewelry look to your watch. And imagine what this brilliant band will do, not only for your watch, but for your appearance. This magnificent jeweled crest is typical of Chrysler craftsmanship. Here is another Monte Cristo design, using a royal crown. Best of all, Chrysler's Monte Cristo watch bands cost no more than many ordinary bands, only $12.95, tax included. And all Chrysler bands have super-calibrated 7-coil springs for extra expansion, extra flexibility. So buy the Chrysler Monte Cristo at your jeweler. Make your watch look better than new with Chrysler. And now for the last act of the search for the flying saucer, starring Jack Cotter.
It's open.
Oh, I thought you might still be up. Would you go for some coffee?
Yeah, I guess I would.
I'll do better than that. I'll get it for you.
Jenny, darling.
Vic, why must it be this way? You said you loved me. You came into my life and turned everything upside down, and now you're going away. Why?
Honey, I try to explain all that.
3 hours ago, you held me in your arms and said you felt as if you'd found a home. You said you loved me, and then said not to get involved, that you were leaving in the morning. I think I've a right to ask why.
Honey, you got every right to know. It's about time you knew something about me.
I know enough. I know I love you.
Here, wait a minute. Here, look at this. Recognize that? Army flight cap. Special War Department orders. Reassignment. What it really means is they figure any guy who's seen too many flying saucers, maybe he's a little air happy, so they figure the best thing is to keep him on the ground.
Okay, you were grounded by the Air Corps. Big deal.
Big deal it is to me. Flying's my whole life, and they won't let me fly.
They will, Vic. Honey, tell them it was all a mistake.
Oh, I can't.
What can you do? Tell me. I'd really like to know.
I can prove that the saucers exist. That's what I can do.
Vic, how can you find saucers when there are none?
But there are. There are saucers. There are hundreds of them. Here, look at this. Flying saucer stories. Spreading from coast to coast over the last 4 years. Here, doctors, scientists, chemists, housewives. Here, look at this. 12 kids in Spokane, Washington. Sure, we saw the saucers. 12 of them flying in formation. Here, look at this. A restaurant owner in Mojave, California. Don't tell me it was a jet. This thing moved faster than any jet I ever saw. A minister in Boston. Here. 4 fishermen in San Francisco. And 7 reports from right here in Las Palmas. I tell you, they've all seen saucers. They've all swear they've seen them. And Ginny, I swear it too.
I mentioned something about coffee. I didn't want to change your mind.
Hey, you going someplace?
I told you you'd say I was crazy. How'd you like to catch a glimpse of a flying saucer?
Flying saucer? You mean another one of your pieces of steel?
Don't forget that. I'd have known you wouldn't have good enough sense to appreciate that. Nobody does but me and the Indian. He seen him, the Indian did. He chased one halfway across the field and up a cliff. Then they found him killed. Care to make a trek with me? They landed another one tonight. Can't see it from here, but if we was to go up by the Indian shack and talk to Maria, that's it, we could talk to Maria.
Well, wait a minute, let me tell Ginny.
No, she'll just talk you out of it like she did before. Come in and stay.
Okay, let's go.
No, the old man. I think you'd better come right over here.
Man, are you getting tired? Here's the shack. Maria's mighty deep. She's nigh on 80 years old. See that hill over there? That hill? That's where they land the saucers and pull them back into a cave. No, can't see nothing. Must have pulled it back into the cave already. Maria, you got company? Maria? Maria? Must have come and got her. First the Indian, and the reporter from Frisco. Now, Maria, all of us who've seen the saucers, they come get us, one by one.
Oh, now listen, old man, this is twice in one night you threw a sucker pitch and I went fighting for it. Now, what's the idea of dragging me up here? There's nobody lived here. There's nobody lived in this shack for years.
Them ashes, they ain't more than a couple hours cold, wouldn't you say? I warned Maria it was dangerous living here alone so close to that cave.
She never existed except in your twisted mind.
Twisted mind, huh? Is that what the Army said about you? Now look, the Indian knowed this whole area like a man knows his own backyard. Ain't it kind of strange he should all of a sudden fall off from the cliff?
Strange no one believes that story but you.
I didn't believe it neither. I got me some groceries and I made me a trek up there.
Oh, now, wait a minute. You got some groceries and you made a trek up here? With no help at all, with that leg? Now listen, old man,
Now,
I've had
look. I wasn't born with this bad leg. 14 months ago, somebody shoved me off in a cliff.
Hi, Jenny. Hey, it's 5 a.m. Why aren't you asleep?
You going back there?
Back where? How do you know where he took me?
Oh, Vic, stop it. Please stop it. You sound just like him. Do you think that old idiot ever blabbered about anything but that Indian and his wife and...
Then there was an Indian.
An old man. An old man who died 6 months ago of a heart attack or old age.
At the foot of a cliff at 2 o'clock in the morning?
That's Crazy John's story.
Yeah, well, maybe, but it won't hurt to look into it. Anyhow, we're going to get some grub and some horses, and we'll go up there and find out. Then if there's a cave, if there's concrete evidence, great. If not, I'll just have to start and look somewhere else.
Vic, please. For me. Please don't go with him.
Why? Why not?
I don't want you to. It might be dangerous.
Only madmen see the saucers, but they're dangerous. There's nothing out in those hills, but the hills are dangerous.
Yes.
I can't buy that. The only way I can hurt myself is by not seeing this thing through. Any other way, I could never live with myself. Jenny, I've got to find out.
Then I can't stop you.
No, you can't. But I'll be back, Jenny, and so help me, if this long shot comes through, if John's story is right, it'll mean a new world for me, for you, for the both of us. If I can get some proof, some concrete evidence, some real documents that these saucers have been landing. I know they have. They've been landing here for the last 3 years, landing and discharging passengers. And where are they? Here, in Las Palmas, filtered all over America.
You really believe that, don't you?
I don't know, Jenny, but I'll find out. I'll find out a lot of things. I'll find out why they come here. Who sent them? What's behind all this? Who wants them here? Jenny, I'll find out a lot of things.
Yes, you will.
Jenny. You know something? I could really fall in love with a girl like you.
Well?
I couldn't stop him. He's beaten us.
Nonsense. Be a simple matter to dispose of them.
What about the others?
What others?
You don't understand. Vic's not alone. There are hundreds of them, thousands of him.
You're mad.
I'm mad enough to save us. Mad enough to see what you and I and the rest of our planet couldn't see. We underestimated them. Their world is full of Vic Rousseaus. Full of fools who chase dreams over dark mountains and discover the truth. Kill one and another takes his place. We didn't understand them. We didn't realize their strength and their courage.
You're trying to save them.
I'm trying to save us. We thought he was a blithering idiot, but we're wrong. He knows the truth.
He knows nothing.
You're wrong. That piece of metal the old man gave him.
You said he'd thrown it away.
He sent it to his commanding officer with a report. If he's found dead, if he disappears, they'll believe his story. This place will crawl with soldiers.
You're lying. I warn you. If you're lying to save him, if you've fallen in love with him,
They didn't send us here to fall in love. I'm telling you the truth.
Get ready to leave. We're pulling out.
Must I go with you?
Need you ask? We're leaving in half an hour.
Darling, they didn't send me here to fall in love. They wouldn't let me stay.
You're about to see an incredible human document. An encounter with forces that no one on this earth really understands. You may find it shocking, impossible. But it is nevertheless evidence of a universe beyond the power of our five senses. Huts just like this are found all over Mexico. Well, not exactly like this. For here high in the Sierra Madres, 100 miles south of the Rio Grande, a strange thing has been happening. Something very strange. This oil painting is called La Tormenta, the storm. Quite properly, too. It will create a furor in art circles, and perhaps will become the most hotly disputed canvas in the history of modern art. The paint isn't quite dry. You see, it was just finished tonight. The artist, he died 3 years ago.
Well, I don't know, honey. It says so pretty clearly right here.
Joe, I tell you, Pedro Castera couldn't have painted that picture.
Well, why not?
He died before it was painted.
That can't be. Look, there's a signature right there. Pedro Castera.
Then it's a fraud.
A fraud? Look, it's the best one of the whole bunch. You know this one won a grand prize?
Somebody else must have painted it.
I beg your pardon, madam. I'm the curator of this museum. Did I understand you to say this picture is fraudulent?
I say Pedro Castera did not paint this picture.
Well, you seem very sure of that.
I am.
You see, my wife and Mr. Castera attended the Art Institute in Chicago together.
And he died before this picture was painted.
Madam, this is one of the finest examples of his work.
This is not his work.
Hey, Adele, for the love of Mike.
Joe, I know. Pedro wanted to paint this picture, and he did a preliminary sketch of it in watercolors. I saw it. He planned to do it in oils when he got back from Korea. He said so in a letter that he wrote to me. A letter from Korea. A letter that was dated the day before he was killed in action. I still have the letter at home.
I'm sorry, madam. We've kept the exhibit open a little later than usual today, so if you
don't
mind.
believe me, do you?
No, madam, I do not.
But I'm telling the truth.
Adele, you heard the man. Now, come on, let's go.
Couldn't possibly have painted this picture. Joe. Joe, darling, are you asleep?
What? Huh?
I wanted to know if you were asleep yet.
Oh, honey, I was.
Look, Joe, I'm sorry, but... Joe...
Hey, honey, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. The alarm is set for 7. You feel all right?
Yes, darling, I'm fine. I'm
Are
all
you
right.
sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Oh. Turn out the light and go back to sleep, huh?
Joe.
I'll get you a sleeping pill.
Joe, I don't want a sleeping pill. I want to talk to you.
peanut butter, maybe?
No, Joe, darling, please listen
Sour
to
pickle?
me.
Oh, no, let's not get on Castera again.
Joe, he's on my mind. I can't seem to get him out of my mind. I don't know, my nerves seem to be all...
Hey. Wait a minute. Adele. Were you in love with Pedro?
Joe, come on.
No. Seriously, were you?
Oh, darling, of course not. It was just a sweet thing, that's all.
Okay. Come on back to bed, huh? Oh.
Joe, I've simply got to find out who did paint the storm and why they painted it.
Oh, you're absolutely convinced somebody else painted that?
Absolutely. Pedro couldn't have painted it. And yet there's nobody else that could have.
Well, maybe Castera came back from the grave and painted that picture.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Isn't it?
You bet. Well, maybe one of his students copied it. 1,000 things could have happened. What are you worried about?
I'm sorry. But suddenly I feel so disorganized. Joe.
Well, honey, you know that's only natural at a time like this.
It's not natural. I didn't feel this way until I saw that picture today.
Well, sweetheart, life is full of unexplained little mysteries.
Joe,
Hmm?
San Luis del Cordero is only 100 miles past the border.
Well, so what?
Well, I want you to take me there.
What for?
We see, that's the town where Pedro was
Oh,
born.
honey, please.
Joe, you've got to help me.
Sweetheart, it's going to be too dangerous to be that far away from doctors now.
Please, I must. I simply must.
Okay. All right.
Well, hey, if we don't see Yellowstone National Park, maybe someday our kids will, huh? All right.
Oh, Joe, I love this place. The whole place has a sort of peaceful feel.
Jorge, trae flores para la señora.
Oh, wait a minute. Here. Thank you.
Are you still sorry you came?
Well, I will let you know in just 1 minute.
This is our finest room, senor. But maybe I'll give you softer bed.
No. It's okay, really. It's just like home.
I sent for flowers for the senora.
Thank you. Senor, do you know the Senora Castera?
The mother of Pedro Castera?
Yes. Pedro was a friend of mine. We went to art school together in Chicago before the war.
See? Pedro was a fine boy.
Yes, and a very fine artist. My husband and I just saw one of his exhibitions.
See?
Senor, do you know where the Senora Castera lives?
Oh, si, senora. At the hacienda at the end of the road. If you are friends of Pedro, she will be very glad to welcome you. The senora is very good. Since the paintings of Pedro sell for big money, she helped everyone in the village.
Well, I'm sure that's what Pedro would have wanted her to do with the money.
Si, senora. Con permiso.
Joe, let's go right now.
Sure. We will go right now.
I cannot tell you how happy it makes me to meet one of my Pedro's American friends. I just hope we're not intruding, senor.
Perhaps I am intruding, Margarita, on such an important occasion.
Oh, no, Father. The father and I are old friends. He loved Pedro
almost as much as I.
See.
You are an artist, too?
Well, not exactly. After I finished art school, I married, and then I became a fashion illustrator.
Oh.
But Pedro really had the talent. The instructors at school always said that someday he would be famous.
Yes. And he's very happy about it.
The Senora often speaks of her son as if he would...
As if he were alive. Yes, it is, one of, how do you say, a fantasy of mine.
I understand, Senora.
Pedro is an only child. My husband was a doctor. Yes, after we were married, we came to live here in San Luis del Cordero. My husband, he wanted my son to be a surgeon. He had such delicate hands. Oh, but I must not go into this.
The Senor is admiring one of Pedro's watercolors?
What? Yes, I am. Adele.
Joe, that's the picture I was talking about.
Yeah, the storm.
Yes, that is what Pedro called it, the storm. It won the Grand Prix in Paris last year.
Many times I've been asked to sell it, and for much money. But this I cannot do. No.
Senor, there's something I don't quite understand. Something that perhaps you can explain.
See, my dear.
I saw this picture once before, in 1951. Pedro planned then to paint it in oil, and yet I'm so sure...
You are so sure of what?
I'm sure he didn't.
But you saw the oil painting.
Yes, Father. And I know that Pedro planned to paint it. He said so in a letter that he wrote to me. A letter he wrote the day before he was killed in action.
I am sorry to be inhospitable, but I must ask you and the Senor to leave.
Margarita.
Please leave. And you must never return here. Do you hear me? Never. They must not find out.
Please, look, it's no use getting yourself all worked up over it. Please. Look. We'll have a good dinner tonight, and tomorrow morning we'll go. All right? Key, please.
I'm very sorry, Senor. I make a mistake. Your room, Senor, it was reserved.
Well, give us another room.
Very sorry, Senor. All the rooms are reserved.
All the rooms?
Very sorry, Senor. There is your luggage.
Well, how do you like that? In plain words, you just want us to get out, is that right?
Senor, it is difficult to explain.
Joe.
Huh?
Don't argue with him.
I'm not arguing with anyone. I'm going to find out what's going on around here. Now, look, just an hour ago, you gave us the finest room in your hotel, and now you're kicking us out? Why?
It's difficult to explain, Senor.
What do you mean you cannot explain? What is this, some kind of bum's rush or something?
Senor, please, do not make trouble, Senor.
He's making the trouble. Now, look, we've come a long way. My wife's going to have a baby. She needs rest.
Senor, believe me, you must go from our village for your own good.
Well, why? What have we done?
Our people do not want you here, Senor.
Joe, I'm not tired. Let's just get our baggage and go.
Okay. Madame Lafarge is giving me the creeps.
Come on, Joe.
I'd like to punch somebody right in the nose.
What the devil's the matter with
You're flooding it. Wait a minute.
I just want to get out of here.
I don't understand it. Everyone was so nice to us when we came here. Why did Pedro's mother get so angry? Why is everyone acting so strangely? Oh, Joe. Joe, you don't think Pedro is alive and living here in this village, do you?
Honey, I love you, and I love myself. Now, there are just some questions not worth finding the answers to if it means getting your throat cut.
Maybe we're out of gas.
No, the tank is full.
What's that?
Huh? Coyote.
How would you know?
Oh, honey, there's got to be a logical explanation for something around here.
Joe. Joe, I'm really scared.
No. Come on now. We'll be moving in a minute.
Buenas noches, señor. Señora?
What are you doing back there?
I know about painting.
What painting? What are you talking about?
Painting of Pedro Castera, señor.
What do you know, Juanito?
Look, Adele, I don't care what this kid knows. I'm fed up with this whole bit. Now, look, Juanito, just open the door and get out.
I show you, señor.
Muchas gracias, but no thanks. Just open the door and get out.
Juanito, what will you show us?
What you came here to find out. You turn, see? Drive that way.
Juanito, do you understand plain English?
Plain English?
Yeah.
Sí, señor.
Good. Open the door and get out.
Sí, señor. You turn, see? Drive that way.
What am I going to do with him?
You know afraid of Juanito, señora?
No, Juanito, I'm not afraid.
I'm afraid.
You turn, señor. Drive that way.
Go ahead, Joe.
Adele, where's the logic in this?
I don't know.
For the Adele,
just go ahead.
Oh. Lead on, Juanito.
Señora, come.
Oh, you know, this kid's on the level. Maybe he's leading us into a trap.
Juanito friend to señor and señora.
Yeah, so was everybody else in this town when we arrived. You know, I wish we were right now home. Watch.
Señor, señora, el tío, Uncle Tomás.
Buenas noches, señores.
Good evening, sir. Juanito, why did you bring us here?
Tío, ¿les puedo enseñar?
Sí, si el padre lo desea. Sí.
See? Paint.
They're oils. Just like Pedro used for impasta. In fact, I think these were Pedro's.
Señora, son de Pedro.
What are they doing here? Did you paint the store?
Juanito.
Dice la señora que si tú pintaste la tormenta.
Sí, señora.
Well, now that solves the mystery. Everybody in the village knew this, and they didn't want anybody else to find out.
But why not? Juanito, why did your uncle sign Pedro's name to that picture?
Dice la señora que por qué firmaste el nombre de Pedro en la pintura.
Porque Pedro la pintó, señora.
He said because Pedro, he paint picture.
Oh, Adele, obviously, the man is senile.
Juanito, if your uncle had signed it himself, he would be rich and famous.
Sí, señora.
But then why didn't he?
Buenas noches, Tomás.
Buenas noches, padre.
Señor, señora.
Ve, padre, nos hice venir.
Sí, Juanito, sí. Gracias, gracias. I asked Juanito to bring you here because I feel when you go back to your country, you cannot forget what has happened in our village.
Oh, you bet your life we won't.
And you would go to the institute and newspapers and ask questions. And soon, everybody would ask questions.
I'm afraid you're right, Father.
This I did not want. You see, Pedro Castera is beloved in our village. He did good work here, and his good work continues to live after him. My people wish to protect him. Can you understand?
Yes. But I don't understand this. If Juanito's uncle painted a picture that won a Grand Prix in Paris, why wasn't the fact made known to the public?
Yes. And why were we thrown out of town?
Les digo, Tomás?
Sí, padre. Si usted gusta.
3 years ago, Pedro Castera came to Tomás in a dream. He told him to take canvas and oils and paint the storm. A few months later, it was done. And thus, a so-called miracle occurred. A miracle our people vowed to keep to themselves, to share with no outsiders.
I'm sorry, Father, but it doesn't sound like a miracle to me.
Tomás, Senora, has never painted a picture in his whole life before.
Obviously, he has a great deal of natural talent. And he certainly had enough time to study Pedro's style. Such things have happened before in the art world.
Now, Adele, look, if the people in this town want to believe it was a miracle, let them. Say, what about you, Father? Do you believe it was a miracle?
I cannot say, Senor. I will let you decide for yourselves. Tomás, por favor, mírame. Tomás is blind, my friends. He has been blind since birth.
If you had to define a miracle, what would you say? Well, I suppose something like any effect in the physical world which surpasses all known or natural powers. It is therefore ascribed to a supernatural agency. A miracle? What do you think?
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.